A lot of people in the country Nigeria today are already talking about 2027 general election, but not many of them are talking about one of the important things that will be a game changer, which is electoral reform. Because for me, I think if they do not carry out electoral reform, and make it mandatory for INEC, to transfer result electronically, nothing will change. It will be the same or the same. So it's important for National Assembly to carry out electoral reform and make it mandatory for INEC, to electronically transfer results from across all the polling units. In fact, any result that do not appear on IREF, such results should be null and void. Because we saw what happened in 2023 general election. After a lot of promise from INEC and a lot of money spent, and told Nigeria that, hey, result will be appear on IREF real time for them to follow. We saw what happened. Even though National Assembly election, governorship election, it works. But it comes to presidential election, which is the most important election in the country, we saw what happened. Glitches that we don't even know what caused it. Either from the network or from the machine itself, because INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, is here to explain to Nigeria what really happened in that 2023 general election, in that presidential election. Is here to explain to Nigeria. So it's important the National Assembly do that right now. And that's why, for me, I have a lot of respect for former President Goodluck Jonathan, what he did in 2015. Prior to 2015 election, for him to sign it into law, electoral reform that enable INEC to use beaver, machine, and voter card in election that he contests, and he lost. In fact, he appointed INEC chairman that he do not know from Adam. Only that he knew that the man is a Nigerian and is also qualified. That's what he knew about him. Atahiru Jaga, Professor Atahiru Jaga, he appointed him, a man that he do not know. I don't think many incumbent presidents would do that, but the man did it. And that's why I have a lot of respect for him, because we saw what happened prior to 2019 general election. Former president, late President Muhammad Buhari, refused to sign the electoral reform that the National Assembly spent a lot of money and time to carry out that electoral reform. He refused to sign it into law. But National Assembly, under the leadership of former Senate President Ahmed Lawan, and the honorable speakers of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, they do not have that courage to veto it into law. We saw what happened. He refused to sign it into law. So it's important that our National Assembly right now carry out that electoral reform. And also, I believe, in my own opinion, that any president that do not push for electoral reform, such a president is not a true Democrat. That's my own opinion. Such president is not a true Democrat, because if we do that, that will give Nigeria confidence to go out there and vote for their leader. Let Nigeria decide who will be their leaders across the board, not just few individuals sit down somewhere and manipulate the election or manipulate the result, because we all know where rigging of election took place. We all know that during collation. We all know that. So it's important that they do transfer result electronically real time to IREF for people to follow. It's important they do that right now and give Nigeria opportunity to go out there and vote their leader this time around. So the work is on for National Assembly to do. They have to do it.